2 days in a row, and unfortunately with that, 2 videos are covering issues with 2 very much beloved aircraft, this time with the Boeing 787. With new reports emerging, but have seemingly been an ongoing problem for the 787 that relates to now an airworthiness directive being issued regarding a water pressure loss on the series that can lead to leaks. Where will the leaks occur, you may be asking? Well, as per this directive and general problem outlined, it would be on critical flight equipment, used daily, of course, to fly the Boeing 787, so therein lies quite the problem. The Federal Aviation Administration has only acted on such a problem because the situation presented scenarios that could not be ignored, that being the leaks on critical flight equipment. The Federal Aviation Administration has said that only a handful of airlines have been impacted thus far, but the problem could stretch far wider than that. And while only a handful of these airlines have identified such a problem, it's very easy to say that it could be more widespread. It's just, of course, that the 2 airlines mentioned have been the ones to significantly report the water leaks. The airlines were also able to determine generally how the water leak started, or at least what they found following their incident investigation, which inherently is a positive sign, as it makes the job on the FAA a little easier to have additional background, rather than, say, going in completely blind. It doesn't mean, though, that they go off the word of the airlines. An investigation naturally takes place, and they'll be able to understand the fixes, the cause, the implications currently on existing aircraft that may not have been reported, and if the issue is fundamental to the safety of the planes. The issue has been identified to be related to problems near the lavatories. In addition, a detached clamshell coupling below door 1 is applicable. This can be found in the Airworthiness Directive published by the Federal Aviation Administration. Now, airworthiness directives are actually oftenly routinely issued. The information can be attained by the public and highlights the consistent overseeing that the governing body does for aircraft programs. The FAA is fundamentally making sure that airlines inspect the aircraft, this being the 787 in question, and a DVI as it's formally known, which is a detailed visual inspection of over 100 787s that are currently cited to be impacted, and the examination will understand just how widespread the problem is, as well as how many need fixes implemented over the coming months to ensure that they don't face a similar fate to that of the 2 airlines that reported the said water leaks. The job of the FAA is utterly fascinating in our industry. Their role is, of course, at paramount importance, and they're consistently monitoring aircraft, however big or small, to ensure that they are safely flying. Of course, aircraft are not perfect, and minor issues can be found, just like, say, the family car. It's how they are dealt with that matters the absolute most. With thousands flying on the plane per week, you need to ensure that in this case, such a water leak will not be impacting critical flight control systems, and if that is the case, then a fix needs to be implemented as soon as possible before people are potentially put at risk. It's a routine thing, but of course it is still an inconvenience for the airlines in question that are being impacted by problems on said plane. This can be applicable, though, to any aircraft, whether, of course, yesterday it's in relation to the A380 with Emirates, or today it's with the Boeing 787. Now, what are your thoughts? You can drop them in the comments below. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you have a lovely weekend.